Memphis, Tennessee has long been a fertile ground for raw, unfiltered rap talent, and one of the latest artists to emerge from its gritty streets is Pooh Shiesty. Born Lontrell Donald Williams Jr. on November 8, 1999, he rose to prominence almost overnight with his aggressive delivery, streetwise lyrics, and authentic Southern flavor. His music resonated with fans who saw in him the continuation of Memphis's storied rap lineage, which includes legends like 3 6 Mafia and Yo Gotti. But before he became a household name in hip-hop, Pooh Shiesty lived a life that many of his lyrics are pulled directly from, a reality steeped in struggle, survival, and the hard edges of South Memphis. Growing up in the Cane Creek apartments in South Memphis, Pooh Shiesty was surrounded by a culture of hustle. The neighborhood was marked by economic hardship, crime, and limited opportunities, but it also had a strong sense of community and a deep-rooted musical heritage. His father, Mob Boss, was involved in the local music scene, running Mob Ties Records, and that early exposure gave young Lontrell a unique vantage point. Still, music wasn't always the plan. As a teenager, Shiesty dabbled in the streets, getting caught up in the kind of life that would later influence much of his music. He attended high school at both Memphis East, and then transferred to Texas for a period, trying to reset his course, but he always found himself drawn back to the city that made him. Before rap became a serious pursuit, Pooh Shiesty was simply another young man navigating Memphis's unforgiving environment. Friends and family have said he was intelligent, charismatic, but he was also caught up in the lifestyle that often comes with living in a high-crime area. He had aspirations, but no clear roadmap. Like many before him, music became both an outlet and a pathway. Initially, he started recording for fun, posting videos on social media and YouTube. His street credibility, authenticity, and commanding voice quickly gained traction. It wasn't long before people started paying attention, not just in Memphis, but across the South. Pooh Shiesty's rap name was partially inspired by a childhood nickname, and the term Shiesty, which in Southern slang refers to someone who's slick or grimy in the streets. The name itself was a reflection of duality, equal parts charm and menace. His sound, heavily influenced by Memphis trap, was raw and menacing, echoing the cadences and aesthetics of regional predecessors. Artists like Gucci Mane, Lil Wayne, and Chief Keef played a major role in shaping his early musical taste. Gucci in particular would become not only an influence but later a mentor and label boss, taking Shiesty under his wing. The turning point in his career came with a string of viral singles that made waves on the underground scene. One of his earliest breakout tracks, Shiesty Summer, showcased his vivid storytelling, aggressive flow, and unrelenting confidence. But it was the 2020 hit Main Slime that really turned heads, racking up millions of views on YouTube and catching the attention of industry insiders. Around the same time, Hell Night, featuring fellow Memphis rapper Big 30, added fuel to his rise. Their chemistry, built on a long-time friendship and mutual street experience, gave the track a visceral authenticity. Shiesty wasn't just rapping about the streets, he was living it, and fans could feel that. His real breakout moment came with the release of Back in Blood, featuring Lil Durk. Released in November 2020, the song was an anthem, a cold, haunting track that quickly climbed the charts and became a staple in clubs, on TikTok, and radio stations across the country. The success of Back in Blood catapulted Pooh Shiesty into mainstream consciousness. It not only cemented his place as a rising star, but also marked him as a force to be reckoned with in the ever-competitive landscape of trap music. The song's aggressive energy and memorable hook earned him cosigns from major artists, and proved he had what it took to go toe-to-toe with established names. Riding the momentum, Pooh Shiesty signed with Gucci Mane's 1017 Records, a label under Atlantic Records. The signing felt full circle, as Gucci had been a longtime influence. Under Gucci's guidance, Pooh Shiesty released his debut mixtape, Shiesty Season, in February 2021. The project was a commercial and critical success, debuting at No. 4 on the Billboard 200 and featuring appearances from 21 Savage, Lil Durk, Big 30, and Gucci Mane himself. With standout tracks like Guard Up, Neighbors, and the aforementioned Back in Blood, the mixtape showcased Shiesty's versatility, charisma, and undeniable presence on the mic. While his star was rapidly rising, Shiesty's career was soon marred by legal troubles that threatened to derail everything. In 2021, he was arrested and charged in connection to a 2020 shooting in Florida. The incident reportedly stemmed from a drug and sneaker deal gone wrong. Surveillance footage, witness testimony, and forensic evidence tied him to the scene, and he was ultimately charged with federal conspiracy to possess firearms in furtherance of violent crimes. In January 2022, Pooh Shiesty pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 63 months in federal prison. At the time, it appeared his meteoric rise had come to a screeching halt. However, even behind bars, his name continued to ring out. Free Pooh Shiesty became a rallying cry among fans, and his music remained in rotation. His team continued to manage his image, releasing snippets, archive footage, and unreleased verses to keep him in the public eye. Shiesty maintained a social media presence through intermediaries, often posting messages of gratitude and resilience to his fans. Despite the setback, the industry never really moved on. He remained a topic of conversation, proof of how much impact he had made in such a short amount of time. Fast forward to April 2025, and Pooh Shiesty was officially released from prison after serving just over 3 years, thanks to good behavior and sentence reductions. The news of his release broke the internet, with fans, fellow rappers, and industry figures welcoming him back with open arms. His first public appearance, clad in designer gear, surrounded by friends and supporters, was met with excitement and anticipation. Rumors swirled about new music, potential collaborations, and an official comeback tour. Gucci Mane was among the first to publicly express support, hinting that Shiesty was already back in the studio and ready to reclaim his spot.